look forward to this every year, and it's coming. It's almost here. We need a theme from Jaws. Dum, 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 dum. It's Greekfest coming to the Kamisis Church, and that's right there on, you can't miss it, on Green Bay Road, almost at the corner of Highway 20, close to it. And it's there via Tom Savos, who you and I have been talking for over 20 years.
At least.
Over 20 years together.
It's been a long time, Don.
Yeah, you stayed young, energetic. I got old.
You're the one with the full head of hair.
I got old and fat. But I brought up an old picture. You said it's about 20 years ago.
I think so, yeah. I look so good, and now I'm old and fat, like you said.
You're not old and fat. Anyway, when we first met, your son was just a little toddler, just recently born. Yeah, tell me he's 24 years old and running Washington, D.C. and the nation's capital. Whoa.
Yeah.
How did that? I don't know why I expected. Well, yeah, he's getting into high school now. How could that possibly be? But that's the way I think. All right, Greekfest is coming up. I was telling you stories before, which we won't talk about, but how all the friends would get together. Which day are you going? Which day am I going? Which day? And what's it, Saganaki? Is that, am I saying it?
Saganaki, yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
The flaming cheese.
The flaming cheese,
That's the first thing we run to every time. There's somebody with a pan making it, and I just love that. And then you've got the chickens on the, like 300 chickens on a
spit turning,
around, and the desserts. All right, so before we talk about this Greekfest, when did it all start? A little history of Greekfest in Racine.
Well, Don, this is our 60th now, 60 years. 12 since 2012, we've been voted the best church festival.
I saw that. Yeah.
But all started at Island Park 60 years ago. Now that was maybe I was 4 years old then, so I don't remember the first one. But I remember going to Island Park, and it was more of a church, festival, fun, just get together picnic, and it's blossomed into this large 3-day fest that. A lot of planning and a lot of just, all of the aromas and flavors of Greece come into the area. Like you said, the chickens on the spit. It's been many, many years in Racine here.
Okay, now, for people to know, it's coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You do have rides. And by the way, I'm looking at the forecast for Saturday and Sunday and Friday. Perfect. It's going to be in the 70s on Saturday, the 80s on Sunday, but just nice weather. And that's the big thing about the festivals. You can plan all you want to, but if it rains and it's windy,
I know, Don,
it all goes down the drain.
I was chair for the festival several years, and the biggest worry I had was the weather. And when it rained, I would just get crushed.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
All the praying in the world ain't going to change the rain, because there's somebody praying for rain. So you're actually going to get two. So you're praying for the rain. Somebody's praying against the rain. And God says, well, you know what? The flowers need it. They win. We'll just rain. But this year it looks pretty good. So I'm glad for that. Now, there are rides.
Yes.
It's like a carnival and the food. Now, what's indoors? Now, indoors you have full meals in there, right?
We have, indoors you can sit and eat.
Yeah.
And we have the pastry there. We have a marketplace, the agora as we call it. It's a marketplace. You can buy different things from Greece. We do the church tours inside.
Yes, yeah.
The cooking demonstrations are inside. So we do have in our hall things, and of course the tours in the church proper.
Well, we get the meals on the indoor, but we like to sit under the tent because you got the music, you got entertainment going the whole time, and it's just the atmosphere of people coming and going. Yeah. Plenty of parking on the grass. What does that lawn look like after?
It gets pretty worn down.
After the festival, somebody's mad. The guy who cuts the lawn says it's beautiful, and then you come in. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened to this place? It's free to get in.
Right.
There's no admission charge or anything.
Yeah.
And when you get the prices are very reasonable. You got the Kamisi dancers. You know what that's like? That's like the Jackie Gleason Orchestra. You got the Kamisi dancers. They named them after the church. Now, this is real Greek dancing?
It is authentic Greek dancing. Okay. Our youth group is the dance troupe.
They got the uniforms on.
They wear the costume, the authentic folk costume, and it's folk dancing, line dancing. It's a lot of fun, and afterwards we try to get our people there to join in. So it's fun.
You got that? What's that instrument?
The bouzouki.
The bouzouki. That's
Yeah.
it. It
Yeah.
sounds like a. It's got that kind of beat to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. I'm going to ask you something else that just went by my head here for a second. Talk about some of the foods that are there, like saganaki, which is flaming cheese.
Right.
It's like a square of cheese. In the off season, we go to the Dynasty restaurant to get it. The Greek restaurant down there. They serve it down there.
Yeah.
It's not as good as yours, but
Well,
you have authentic outdoor fire.
That's right. Yeah. The flambeing of it, I think, invites everybody to come and see and watch and enjoy it. It's very flavorful. You know, the lukumadas, those honey balls are always a big attraction.
Honey balls! Yeah. You get this little paper cup, and with honey, with these little, what's the balls made out of?
It's a dough. It's like
It's a dough. And they drown it in honey. Oh, the honey balls. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always get those too.
Yeah.
And my wife says to me, well, you already had one serving. I don't know if you should
They're
have two."
great.
Oh, it's only once a year.
They're kind of like a donut ball, but they're with a special syrup that we
Yeah.
make. And we do make that syrup ourselves with local honey and clove and cinnamon and orange and lemon, and it just turns out and that's what we use on the baklava too. Now I will say that the ladies have made a chocolate baklava this year.
My father used to get baklava all the time. He loved that. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you how I get local honey. I was at one of the marketplace things at Monument Square one year, and we found a guy his daughter has the bees, and she gets the honey. It's local honey from Racine. She jars it, and he sells it with her. So we bought some, and then there was a phone number on the jar when we ran out, so I called him, and he said, well, I'm on 3 Mile Road. And he told me where he was located. And he said, pull into the driveway. I'll see you. I'll come out. And so it was like a drug deal. He came out. He came out with the jar. I rolled down the window, handed him the cash. He gave me the jar, and he went back in. I mean, it just looked like a drug deal going down. But here's the problem. I bought it for my wife for Christmas, a big, giant jar of it. And we have a camera on the door. So when I opened the door, the camera filmed me holding the jar.
Oh,
jar.
she knew.
She knew.
Oh,
I said, that's kind of sneaky.
yeah.
Because next year I'm going to hide everything when I come. I'm going to walk in backwards.
Put it in a brown bag or something.
Well, just walking backwards so she can't see it. But local honey is good for you because it's got not antibodies. I forget what it's got in it. Something like that. Where
And
it
local
just
pollens and whatnot.
yeah, local everything in there, and it's good for your body to have the local honey, and that's good. You're going to use.
Yeah.
Use my dealer.
Yeah. we use there's a local guy that over at Meadows, he usually donates like 5 or 6 gallons of it.
Yeah. We used
Meadows
to
restaurant.
We used to go up to Cedarburg, not Cedarburg, somewhere up there, and there was a guy too. He served local honey, but this dealer I have is.
Well, we use it
good.
a lot. We use it on our pastries and whatnot, and we're gonna have Greek beer too, Don.
No, I never tasted beer in my life, so I wouldn't know the difference between Greek and regular. But tell people what the difference is.
Well, I don't know. There's not much of a difference. It's just Greek beer.
It's just
it does have a good, a full body.
We
flavored
slapped the
beer.
Greek name on it, and that's it.
right. Yeah.
So you were ever in Greece?
Yes.
Okay, I was there once, and I'll tell you my story about going to Greece. I was going to Israel, but we had to do a stopover in Athens, in Greece. So this is after like 16 hours or whatever of flying. I'm exhausted. I'm all by myself on the plane. And we land, and the plane is empty to begin with because this just was, for some reason, not a lot of people on there. And so we land to drop off a few people. And as we're there, I'm watching out the window, and I see this red little private plane coming, tries to land, and a Jeep with machine guns comes out onto the runway, and the plane just takes off again. And I say, huh. What am I doing mixed up in this?
I wonder who that was.
And then we took. I wish I would have been. I was a young guy. I was in my early 20s. I wish I'd been smart enough to watch us land. You could have seen all the Greek ruins, and I didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was 1975, and I didn't do that.
Yeah, you can see them from the.
I know. I don't know. Maybe I had the wrong side
Beautiful
of the plane, but I was so tired after 16 hours. I just wanted to get to where I was going already.
Yeah.
I was bored. I was no one to talk to. For 16 hours. They even, when the steward and the stewardesses came by, I said, hi, and we were busy. You're busy. There's 6 people on the flight. How busy can you be? You could have given us dinner, read us a bedtime story. So they said to me, when you go there, it's going to be 2 naps, 2 movies, and 3 meals. That's how long the trip is.
Oh, wow. Was that a prop plane, Don, or what?
It was a big jet, but on a Friday night, going to Israel, nobody flies. It was
right.
So but they have a scheduled flight, so I got on it, and that was that. Oh, let's go over some of the what's going on here. Let's day by day. Friday, if you go on the 27th, this Friday, you open up at
5 p.m. Yeah,
5 p.m. right after work. That's good. You've got Greek music by Alpha Tunes, is that?
Alpha Tunes. Yeah, they're good, great Greek DJs.
And that's till 7 o'clock. And then the Kamisi Dancers at 7
p.m. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Now, on Saturday, another beautiful day, you open up early at noon.
Yes.
So no breakfast there. It's going to be only lunch and dinner.
Yep.
Greek music by Alpha Tunes. Again, you get a church tour. Now, what's involved in that? Just seeing, is it a big church on the inside? I was never in there.
Yeah. Well, our priest, Father John Ketchum, leads the tour, and he shows and talks about the history and iconography of our parish. He also displays some of the items used in our church services, the vestments that are worn. So he kind of goes into it and explains a little bit about our service too. So if there's anybody interested in that aspect, and we get a lot of people going through there. It's an interesting little tour that he gives.
Now, Greek is one of the ancient languages from the beginning of time.
Right.
That's when even the original Hebrew books were in Greek, and it's just, Hebrew and Greek. So it goes back way, way, way. Are your services in Greek, or are they in English?
Well, it's both languages.
Okay.
Most of it's English, but if we recite the Lord's Prayer, we'll do it in Greek and English.
Okay.
So some of the prayers and some of the hymns Greek, and then of course the English language as well.
Not too many languages in front of Greek, though. That really goes out to the beginning of time.
It's long. Yeah, it's been out there a long time.
Okay, good. You're keeping it in front of everybody. That's good.
Trying to, yeah.
All right, then you got a cooking demonstration. I might watch that this year because we like cooking all of a sudden. The older I get, the more I like to see cooking demonstrations so my wife can learn how to cook these meals. Because other than breakfast, I'm not a good cook. I'm just not. It doesn't turn out well. But she is an excellent cook.
Yeah, we do the demos. We have someone come up from Chicago. He's great. He shows how easy some of this stuff is. Some of the stuff can be really easy, and other, it's like, I don't even want to try. Layering phyllo dough is kind of a trick in itself.
Now, Sunday, a lot of people go after their church services, wherever they go to church. And you open up at noon again. You have the music, you have the dancers, the tours, the raffle. I never won, but I buy the ticket because it's going to a good cause, so I just buy it. If you don't think you're going to win, then you're not disappointed. If you put all your eggs in one basket, I got to win, then you don't. Then you're disappointed. What's the prize? Do you know?
Yeah, the first prize is $1,500. Second prize is a 3-day stay at Great Wolf up in Wisconsin
Dells. Yeah,
and then third prize is $500. It's $2 a ticket, 3 for $5. So it's
what did you say first prize was?
$1,500.
Whoa,
$1,500.
Worth an investment.
Yeah.
When do you announce the winners?
That we announce at 6 p.m. on Friday.
You don't have to be Greek to win, right?
No, and you don't have to be present to win either.
Okay, and finally, you do credit cards, ATMs are there.
Yep.
And here's something you don't see much anymore. You do accept cash.
Cash, yeah.
I said that to somebody the other day because the parking meters at Festival Hall are now by app.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking to the mayor about this yesterday when the mayor was in here. And they're working on some other ways so you can still use coins and stuff and to get in.
Well, Don, I use the joke where I would say, we accept Greek credit cards. And then people would say, well, what is that? And then I'd show them like a $20 bill and say, well, it's got a picture of a dead president on it.
So you do your comedy routine when? I don't see it on the schedule. When do you take the...
I just did it.
When do you take the main stage in this whole thing? Oh, I see. Saturday night.
After it closes.
On the improv stage, Tom Savas is going to be there. Okay. That looks good. Okay, so now you can go, if people want to see the schedule, you can go online. How did I get this? I just got it this morning.
Yeah, this is on our website.
And you got to be careful, Greekfest Racine, because a lot of cities around the country have Greekfest.
They do.
So you got to put Racine, Wisconsin in there.
It's www.kimisis, KIMISSIS.org.
Just put Greekfest Racine.
You search that and you'll come right up.
But make sure you put Racine on there, because I did this morning, got St. Louis, and I said, well, hold it here. Turn right at the arch. What arch? What'd you bring with you?
Well, these pastries is just, we make our own pastry. All of this stuff is made right at the church. we got like 30, 40 people come in, and we've got a piece of baklava with the chocolate on it. That's new they're trying. And then a regular piece of baklava. The powdered sugar, that's a Greek wedding cookie. It's called a kouroumbiedes, which is just kind of a nice cookie. And then the mela makarena, that's got the honey in it, and it's got that extra flavor with the nuts on top. And then the two little cookies here are kind of like just a little sugar cookie called a kouroulakya, and that's good for dipping in coffee. We usually make those around the holidays. So it's all there. And
no, now since we mentioned it, I have to put it out for the staff. Before, if I would, I could have just taken it home with me, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to let the staff, I put Greekfest on this, you know where it's coming from. It's always good to talk to you. We've been talking to each other for over 20 years.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I see you down at the, we were talking earlier about the Racine
concert band. They're at Festival Park this year. Yeah, Festival Park for the first time.
Always good talking, coming and saying hello to you. And
yeah, Mark Eichner is going to be here on Monday, the conductor, and we're going to be talking about what's coming up this year for the band.
Yeah.
And they always have a great show planned, and every Sunday night they're free.
Well, you said, you know, we were talking about Steve earlier, 24 years old, working out of state. We used to take them there when they were children and little kids, and just loved the venue there.
Are you from here originally?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you're a local yokel, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I thank you very much for coming in, and I will probably see you on Sunday.
Well, thank you and all of your listeners. We look forward to a wonderful Greekfest this year, and hope to see you again over the next 20 years, Don.
I told him they used to hang a banner, this is 20-some-odd years ago, over the walk span on Ohio. There was a thing that said Greekfest with the dates on it, and some kids went up there and cut the R out, so it's a Geekfest. And I always think of Geekfest because they took the R out of the banner. They cut it out.
That's funny.
Anyway, so it's always good to see you, my friend.
You too.
When they said you were coming, I said, oh, great. Yeah, I love to see you. Okay, let's quick review here. Greekfest, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Each day, on Friday, they'll open up at 5, but Saturday and Sunday, noon until you can't stand anymore. Carnival rides for the kids. You have games. You have everything there. It's like a regular carnival. For people like me, it's the food. Oh, saganaki. I love that stuff, that flaming cheese.
Yeah.
And I love you can see it made right there. And
they have fun doing it, too. You can tell.
And if it gets too hot, go inside. It's air conditioned.
Right.
Yeah, and you can see you can eat in there. The full meals are served, and it's really nice. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Don.
Tom Savos from Greekfest. Love it. It's this weekend. I'll be out there on Sunday eating all the food, so don't use it all. I'll be out there.